today. Just a short little thing. I've gotten some projects done, and so I took some time and cleaned up a little bit. I still don't have much room, no more room, but got rid of some of the trash and some of the projects out of here. So I got rid of that stuff, and I've been trying to straighten up and organize, but I cut out some pieces for my nephew on the plasma table, and ended up really wore out tips. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that electrode is toast. Come on, focus. But compared to the new one there, and then I got new tips, so I'm going to change that out real quick. I had to order them, and that one there was it just would not cut. So I had couple old ones. I thought I had some new ones, but I had a couple old ones that weren't that bad, and so I managed to put those in to get my cutting done until I could get my new parts. But I'm gonna throw those in real quick. It's not that bad, not that bad a job. Got a little fire in the stove over there trying to warm things up, but ain't too awful bad. Just loosen up couple Allen headed screws there and pull the tip off. Of course, you can see all the debris that was stuck to that one, but new. See that one? That one there it had quite the hole in it, but it wasn't burnt down the side like that other electrode. So it was better. It got done, but I could tell because I had to slow the speed of the table down, way down, just to cut some 1/4 inch. So put it back together, back in there, put the cap or the cup on. Should be good. Go back in there and tighten her down. All good. All right, now the big thing. I went and ordered this. It's a tubing bender. I don't know much about it, but I've been looking at them, and they're pricey. So I just hadn't decided to do it yet. And actually, I was going to just build my own, and I had the plans. I'd found basically blueprints for like a JD squared tubing bender, and I had it all drew up in CAD and stuff, and I was going to just cut them out. But I found this on Amazon, and it was out of stock for a little while, and then it came back in. So went ahead and bought it because it was much cheaper than all the other ones I've found that I didn't see how I could pass it up. The problem is you know, I can't cut out 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch thick steel on my plasma table. So I was going to cut out 1/4 inch and then have to weld it together to make it thick enough to be strong enough. And I don't know if it's just my table, my plasma cutter, but you know, the holes are never very accurate. So I was planning on just, you know, cutting small diameter holes to locate everything, and then having to drill all the holes for the pins. And when I found this, it's like it was $200 basically on Amazon. And for $200, by the time I use up enough 1/4 inch plate steel to make all the arms, and then I have to buy pins and I was gonna have to buy some hole saws and cutters and stuff for the big holes. It's like plus the time of making it, I just couldn't see the benefit. And so, and you guys are, obviously I just opened it up, so you guys are getting a first look with me. But already I'm pretty happy. Because like I said, this thing was only like $209. And it was like an eco trick or something like that. And I had looked up the well, it looks like it's styled after the JD Squared, what is it, the Model 32 or something like that, the newer version with heavier arms and the bigger pins and stuff maybe. But I'll grab a tape measure and see, but I know it's not got the same shape as the design for the smaller one that I was going to cut out. Let me grab a tape measure and get this thing unloaded, and then we'll take a look at it. But that's how it came packed. It was 53 pounds, 54 pounds. I'll grab the tape and be right back. Alright, I got everything unpacked and laid out and sorted out. I don't know if you can see this. This is no, that's there's one on eBay for, let's see, $206. I don't know if that's focusing on that or not, but it's the same thing as the one that I ordered it from Amazon. This Eco Trick, $209, and that's this kit. And considering how, like, see, there's one from the Woodward Fab one. It's $419, and that's no dye. And I mean, I looked at the Rogue Fab ones, but you know, I mean, that's not too bad a deal. The bender plus one die, but that's $1,100, and I just didn't feel like spending $1,100 on one. There's a Grizzly manual tube bender, $575. It just, I wasn't going to spend that kind of money on them when I could build them. But when I seen this one for $200, I could have saved money building it myself, but my time's worth something, and it would have taken me a lot more time. So it was worth it, because by the time I cut these plates out 1/4 inch and weld them together and then drill out all the holes so that I have nice square shoulders, and then all the hardware that I would need to buy, I wouldn't save very much, especially by the time, if you start figuring in my time and what it's worth, I would have been in the hole probably. And because I wasn't even going to bother this stuff, because I'm going just to make a mount and do an air over hydraulic cylinder to actuate it. But I wouldn't have had, I'd had to come up with a degree wheel of some kind, which this one ain't great because it's a little hard to see. But I mean, they are at least kind of etched in. The numbers on the degree wheel, they're etched in. They're a little hard to see, but it's not too bad. Come with your assembly instructions. This is broke. This is kind of janky. This was, you screw this in, and then you can flex this around. And this was supposed to be your indicator for your degree, but that's not very precise and janky. So I'll come up with something better. But got bushings. These are the sleeves to go between the frame. You got your hardware to bolt it together. These are 1/2 inch on the, I don't know what you call it. This would be the swing arm, basically, the frame. And then this is the main, the stationary frame. Then this is your handle. Goes on your ratcheting part here. And then that's your handle extension to do it manually and stuff. But I am pretty happy with it as far as it goes. So I'm going to get it put together, and then see. The dies are crazy expensive, I think, and at least to me they seem like it. So that I'm probably going to spend some time. So I got these plates. I can cut out some other plates, and I mean, I watched a video of a guy here on YouTube that printed out of plastic the center and just used a couple pieces of, I think it was 1/4 inch plate on each side, and drilled through and put a bunch of bolts through it and clamped the two sides together around the plastic and used that, and that bent the tubing just fine that way too. So I think I'm going to kind of use the same style, but I'm going to use the steel. I'm going to put this stuff in the lathe over there and get my center hole bored. I'm going to weld it together and bore the center hole, and then I'm going to put a sleeve through the entire thing and weld that together. And then I think I'll put a tube in it and chuck it up, and then use the lathe to turn the profile in it and just see if I can't make my own, because that's about because I want an 1 3/4 die, and those, I don't know, they're anywhere between like $500 and $700 for die. So I'm going to make my own die. It'll be a good project anyhow. I haven't used the lathe in a while, and I am by no means a machinist. I'm just hobby. I happened to find an old lathe close by, and it is an old lathe. It's at least 100 years old. I can't remember. I did some research on it, and it's a Davis Machine Company or something like that. But from what I could read, like, you know, the newest that could be is like around 100 years old. But something about if the legs had the name cast in it, it was even older. So it's liable to be, you know, even a late 1800s model. But it works. I had to do some things to tighten. I had to tighten up the tool rest, and the bolt that holds the cross slide down was busted off, so I had to take that apart and put that in there. And I've had to shim up the drive gear, and of course there's plenty of play in it, but it'll work. It wouldn't be a great machine for, you know, extreme precision stuff, but most of my tooling stuff doesn't need to be that precise. It's just better than a grinder and a drill type of work. So I'm going to get this thing put together, and this is just kind of an overview of it. I'm going to put it together, work on doing the die, and then maybe we can get some videos actually bending some tube. But that'll be quite a ways down the way, because it's going to take me some time to get that die figured out and machined. And I'm going to have to get a cylinder ordered so that I can make a mount to power this thing with, because I don't really have a good place to mount this that would be sturdy enough to use the manual handle. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get an air cylinder for it. But that'll be it for this video. It was just oh yeah, I don't this, oh, I think I already showed you that was busted. Can't remember what I've showed you guys and what I haven't, but like I said, no big deal. But I mean, that's to be expected in the packaging, when this was just in the package with all this heavy hardware in the box with these things. And while they had them wrapped up, there wasn't nothing that secured this stuff inside the package to keep these from sliding around and banging around when it was being transported. So yeah, I'm surprised that's as bad as that is, honestly, since it's just some cheap plastic. But for the money, I think it was a good deal. So that'll be it. Thanks for watching, guys. Till the next time. See ya.